Hello fans of Marvel Heroes and friends of my channel, welcome to another episode of Q&A whereby I sort of answer your questions and as I play this game. Alright, so I've just got look into Black Panther today because of the new change. He's unique or her unique depending on which costume you're using. It's still the same, so I'm not going to look into too much about the build and so on, just having fun, farm some gear and so on, and also play with my guildie as well. Now all these are my friends here. All these friends are here with me today and we play this game together, Limbo. And this Limbo event has improved a lot because if you stay on the group together, you could get the same quest, something that we have been sort of like requesting for a long time. So anyway, back to Black Panther is that if you see a lot of defeats from me, don't be alarmed because I'm just very much very new to this whole Black Panther thing, and it's sort of like different from what I'm used to playing him or her to be. Now I'm using a Suri costume, one of my favorite costume. I bought it on day one. Let me just grab some of these orbs. Whoa, I think I just shot through the mechanic. Alright, to get out. Okay, man, this is very exciting for me. Get orbs, get orbs. Alright. Alright. Okay, and I hope my okay, I need to see the buff. Somehow the buff is a little bit off. Alright, so that is cool. I've got how many stacks? 90 steps. So now I've got a lot of things for you guys today, and I hope I can sort of like cover it during Limbo and high concentration here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the build philosophy because I haven't really got a video talking about the build philosophy that I usually use when I look into like building a hero, because that if you are new to my channel, you probably wouldn't know that I actually have a lot of guides on all the heroes, most of the heroes of this game. And more or less I follow a certain kind of build philosophy that I like to share with you all as well, just for sharing. And maybe just share Q&A here, alright? Because this is one of those things that I really discuss a lot with my friends here, a lot of you who are also into building heroes, alright? So this is something I would like to also cover, and also would like to cover a little bit on the what happened to my next guy and so on. Probably some questions that I have for you guys as well, and the yeah. So and there's a lot of things that I would like to cover. So why don't we just kickstart the whole Q&A? So a few of you have been talking with me on the Winter Soldier kind of like build, and sort of like, I know some of you are very interested in either range or melee and so on, and oops, let me get out. Yeah, and by the way, that video actually took me, okay, so making that video was very confusing for me because I was making both the melee and range at the same time. So, you saw two videos, but to me it was like I'm just like doing one shot for each one of them. So I was like doing part of the range and then part of the melee. Then after that, switch back to the range, switch back to the melee. So it was really confusing. My wife got as confused as I am as she listened to my my video gameplay as well. So yeah, apologies. We sort of like get a little bit confusing for you as well. I'm not sure whether the end result was good because I like for example there are always guys that I promise to do a melee and range, but I never get around to, like the Emma Frost or like Halo, because you need the kind of like when you need the kind of like sort of like encouragement or just momentum to sort of like build a build for the melee or range kind of thing. So once you stop playing a hero, you sort of like just let the momentum go, and sometimes may not recover that fast. So I was thinking maybe for Winter Soldier, since it's quite easy to play as well, maybe I should just do two guys at the same time. So it was the very first time I do two guys at the same time. Now of course I could sort of like do something like combine two guys together, but that would probably be too long because as I talk to some people, most of my friends, they are very much already very much like decided on whether range or melee. So sometimes with all the I got a Kova, nice. Alright, so yeah. So I was like, wait, hang on, let me just get to the part. So I was doing two videos at the same time, and I don't know whether I should continue doing that sort of things. I separate it because I think the video is sort of like more manageable for anybody who like to sort of like wow, let me get out. I can't get out. I got stuck. So that was not ideal, but did try my best. So sometimes some of these things is like I've got a very bad latency as well. It's like I think around what's the latency? 300 ms. So even when I see a thing, it's already too late. I knew that it's not going to fly. So look, okay. Wow, that was hard. So sometimes when all these things that you just whether it's lucky that it's pointing at you or not, because by the time you see that, it's probably too late to react to it. Sometimes I have to review my video again. Okay, so where was I? I was talking about the. Ooh, let me get out. I was just talking about the the guide itself. So I think maybe moving forward, if the build has a lot of variety between the range and melee, I'll probably separate into 2 videos for some of you guys. So I don't know. Give me your feedback on that one. So yeah, so hope you have fun watching the. I mean, I have a lot of fun building the guide for the Winter Soldier as well as the Human Torch. Actually, I had a lot of fun with Human Torch. He's one of those like I think all the whoa. My wife is just right next to me and she's screaming as well. By the way, Sing Cup is my wife playing her favorite raccoon. You see the red kind of like guy here, and yeah, that was hard. All right, so where was I? Ooh, yeah, that was hard. Yeah, so this thing is like this mechanic here, which is kind of like right. Where's my Doros? Okay. Let me just get out from here first. All right, so it's very exciting. This is the last sort of like encounter before I should do throw an ultimate. And right, so I think I don't know what happened to this game after the patch. It's sort of like a bit okay. Ultimate time, and Black Panther versus this demon here, whatever demon is called. All right, so I can't even get a bearing without getting sort of like attacked for quite a fair bit. Alright, oh, there's a Nova here, must be. Alright, so I haven't seen a Nova for a while. Someone get disconnected. Who has been disconnected? Let me see whether I can get him back or not in time for the next bit. Yeah, I think someone get disconnected. I'm trying to get him back. Alright, so I don't think that is going to happen. Alright, that's too bad. I mean, yeah, because if you stay on a group, you'll get the same kind of like quest for the Limbo, so rather unfortunate. So let's continue our Q&A video, and we are still a whole group here. One of us dropped out and I can't even get in. It's like, it is impossible to go into this blue circle of death as a melee. Wonderful, huh? Maybe I should just stay. I really can't get in. It's crazy. Look at this. It's crazy. Okay, anyway, so a lot of you have been asking why I haven't really. How many blue circle of death are there in here? Wow, this is just amazing. I'm trying to find an angle whereby it's kind of makes sense to go in. I don't think I can really. Okay, so maybe I pick out some of this on the side as well. Okay, cool. That's fine. Maybe I should use the ultimate as well. Why not? So yeah, okay. So one of the questions that quite a number of you asking is that why I'm not into cosmic prestige, because it was kind of like a craze during the cosmic event. I think my guildies, a lot of you guys are like crazy over getting the cosmic prestige, and yet at the same time sort of like realizing how painful it is now. I don't mind the pain. It's just that I don't really feel the reward is there. Why is it so? Because I'm a more like a pragmatic guy. If I can like get enough 25 costume for the costume crafting, why do I want to give that all away for yellow plate? Because first of all, I prefer the red plate, and second of all is that I could have crafted quite a number of costume if I prestige any given hero or get any given set of hero for 25 times. But I do admire you all who have the kind of like perseverance and just to get a yellow plate, and especially those who may not even have all the full roster to have the 200% XP. So that is going to take a while, but yeah, I mean, okay, let me just hood terminal. Alright, so yeah, so that I hope that sort of like answer why I haven't really looked into the so-called cosmic prestige. And I mean, yeah, I mean, but you know, it is all a personal kind of preference when it comes to cosmic prestige, I think. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good that you guys want to do it, but probably not my cup of tea right now. Okay, so now there has been some kind of old discussion going on, and I sort of like sometimes I do reflection as well, because whenever I discuss with you all about the game and so on, I sort of like reflect upon myself, like, you know, is it the kind of play style I am and so on. So one of the discussion topic has been something like I have been, you know, if a hero have melee or range, I always prefer to play the melee. So you know, well, I mean, sometimes I feel that it was just like that period of time when there are, you know, hero whereby we could do that, and I just kind of like pick the melee for most of them, and but it may not be the same all the time. All right. So I've actually made a listing on all the heroes I have that has a reasonable, viable melee versus range, because there's no point talking about Hawkeye melee. I think that's sort of like a, ooh, my graphic is like going strange as well. You see the flash, whatnot? I think it's time for me to reboot my machine. Alright, so let's continue. I fixed my machine issue, just reboot my game. So now, yeah, I've been looking at my roster and sort of like, you know, looking at which are the hero I actually rather play melee than say the range, and vice versa. So I make a list, and so the list looks something like that. So no heroes that I prefer to play range, even though there are melee options, are as follow. Alright, so the Winter Soldier is one, because I think that its range is very competitive, and also I kind of like the fact that it is very remote as well. You don't really need to be so up close and personal, and I kind of like the stealth build. So that is actually one that I prefer as range. And then the next one is Cable as well. I kind of like the Cable as a range Cable rather than melee one. I've tried the melee one, and I think it's sort of a little bit odd in terms of how he slide in and out of the enemy and so on. But I'm sure it is fun on its own way as well. So, but I prefer Cable as a range, given the melee option, which is I think is also very competitive. And then after that, then look into Black Widow. I prefer the range as well, because I can hit more target. Ooh, Raptor Stone. I can hit more target with the Black Widow. All right. So let me just tell you guys that. So that is one, and after that, I also prefer, say, Emma Frost. I enjoy the kind of range kind of build. I can see her beautiful costume. Although I may say, you know, even her costume as the okay, my wife is already there. She's very on. Even her costume with the diamond is very shiny, but I still prefer to look at her in her costume. So that's Emma. Rogue as well. I don't really fancy a melee Rogue. I like the visual effect of you know, all the steel power that I can steal, and it's so beautiful when it comes to sort of like you know, Rogue. So Rogue is also I play as a range, although I can have option to build as both. Then the next one is Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl, I think, I mean, I wait until her tuning or power whatnot to sort of like to see whether she is really good as a range or melee. I mean, although I enjoy her melee, but it doesn't really sort of like, I think as of now I enjoy her as a range. All right, so just let me focus a little bit here and here. So Mystic Mayhem is part of the buff here. Right. So yeah, that is one, and that sort of like conclude the whole list of 6 heroes whereby I would enjoy playing range rather than melee. Now, of course, if you look at the hero where I would enjoy playing a melee rather than range, it's actually a bit longer, but it's not that much longer. They are like so. The first one is Gambit. I think Gambit I really enjoy playing as a. Ooh, you have to come back in for this chest. Yeah, my wife just missed the mystic. So whenever you play this game, right now in that sort of like setting, just make sure that you observe the affix of the boss, because when they say a mystic mayhem, means that there's an extra chest that may spawn something really nice inside for you. All right, so don't miss it. All right, so yeah, I mean Gambit, I always see him as a. All right. Oh, hang on, let me just tell my guys. So I always see Gambit as a melee because I think it's beautiful, all the things that are flying around. Black Panther also I prefer to play a melee. You've seen it. I don't think Black Panther's range really flies. And then after that, Iron Man, I prefer to play as a melee. Miss Marvel, Psylocke, Vision, and War Machine. All right, so that's about it. And guess what? My game just hangs. So somehow this patch kind of like not doing really well for me. So yeah, I mean these are all the things that I really enjoyed on the melee side, on the range side. So I think the spread is about 6 to 7. So I think it's quite even on which one I prefer, on melee or range. It doesn't really. I'm not really going all out for melee just because melee has a higher potential power. But rather to say, rather than to say that I always pick something that's fun, very nice for me to play, and that comes the next part, which is the build philosophy. Guess what? It's Limbo again. So yeah, deja vu. So yeah, I like this new quest idea because now it is a lot faster to finish that with the team, and that's wonderful. Guys didn't listen to feedback, and that's very nice. Hats off to them. So yeah, so let's talk about something called build philosophy, because I think I mean, you guys can continue reading all my guides and so on, which is very nice. But I also would like to share with you some of the build philosophy that I do, and just in case some of you are interested to know how I usually pick certain things. So whenever it comes to the build, I'm not really into. I know a lot of builds out there are very focused on the big numbers because they sort of like want to showcase what is the maximum potential that the hero can do, and but that's fine. I mean, there's no disrespect to those guys, because sometimes some really enjoy the kind of big numbers. Now, for me, my build philosophy actually is in 5-fold. So now, first and foremost, of course, I have to find a build whereby it is strong, because there's no point in doing a build whereby the build is just not strong and not fun to play, because not strong because like for example, Black Panther, the range, I don't think it's at all strong, although I may enjoy the fun factor of it. I don't think I would sort of like, want to recommend that. So my first philosophy is that it has to be strong. The numbers, everything, power that I pick has to have the best potential if I could. So that is usually what I start with. I start with that kind of like philosophy when it comes to the build. When I build my hero. Now, when I talk about build, it's more than just power distribution. It's about the gearing, unique kind of like options, and everything else. So it's not just about the gear. And by the way, this is a very nice place to farm the buff. Just take it easy. No need to stress too much on that. It's just very early, and okay, let's just get a little bit out. Because of the lag as well, I have to anticipate where he's turning his head, or maybe turning his head. So that's why you see my guide. Usually I look into all the numbers on each individual power to see where are the maximum kind of like a potential. So that is something that I always start with, but it doesn't mean that I have to pick everything that is strongest, because sometimes strong doesn't mean much if you keep dying in a patrol scenario or in a harder scenario, right? So that is something that I really treasure a lot. So things like durability is something that I treasure tremendously, because I enjoy a hero whereby I don't need to sort of like keep kiting around, and I still feel fun just head on with an enemy up front if I'm playing melee, or even range. I don't really need to kite so hard just to survive, or just to get by, because the moment you die or the hero get defeated, you are not doing any DPS. I think that is quite self-explanatory. So that is the reason why hang on, I can't get in here. So that is also the reason why I always treasure a bit of health, and like right now I've got quite a fair bit of health. My Black Panther right now is 30k health, alright, so All right. So that is the second kind of my build philosophy. The third one is that it has to be fun to play as well, because you know, you could build the best hero out there, but if it is not really fluid, it's not fun to play, then what's the point of playing the game? If it's too tedious, too clunky, and so on, and if it's something that we could, I mean, if it is hero design, you know, that is not something we could do. But if it is something that we could actually build the hero such a way that it could be fun, then I'll do my best to make it less clunky and more fun to play. So that is usually my build philosophy. Is the third aspect is the fun factor. All right. So let me just get out. Let me see. Then now, okay. So you know, with all this in mind, then the next bit that I've always been trying to do is that I try to make my hero efficient. Now, what do I mean by efficient, right? For example, you know, spirit management is important, because I try to make my hero that is less reliant on the spirit kind of thing. I mean, you know, you have to be strong as well. But like for example, if I could have hybrid gear and versus the, you know, non-hybrid, I would prefer hybrid, because you know, it is less reliant on the spirit issue, and you know, I don't need to keep limping around with medkit and so on, and that brings the same point is that I wouldn't want to just keep eating medkit like every time on cooldown. It's very disruptive. I actually don't enjoy playing hero whereby I keep having to eat medkit. That's why I enjoy Jean Grey a lot, because you know, Jean, I don't need to really do a lot of like kind of like you know, I try to get out. It's so many mobs I kind of got stuck, right? So, like Jean, I don't need to be on medkit at all, and that's what I enjoy doing, enjoy playing as well. All right, so I can't get out. It's so funny. It's just so many of them just blocking the way. I can't get out at all. All right. Right, so let me just try to focus a little bit here. It's not looking very good for this this round. So efficiency is important, and also another efficiency is the kill efficiency, because you know, I prefer something that is more on area damage if I could, rather than the you know, rather than just purely single target, because you know, the hero must be strong, but then if it's very efficient to sort of like kill things around you because of area, like for example, Human Torch has a lot of utility whereby it can do a lot of like area damage. So I kind of like try to pick build that go along with that sort of philosophy as well. All right. And the last one is the ease of gearing, because I like giving an example, right? Doom as the summoner is not at all easy to gear. Not saying that it's not fun. I'm just saying that it's not easy to gear as a Doom. So it's not something that I would enjoy or even build a guide on something that you need, like you know, nearly all the unique you require you to sort of like you know, farm stuff for it. Let me just get the team up. I think that would be very useful in this scenario. And the so yeah, so that is the one that I would try to avoid things that are too tedious or too hard to gear or build. That, you know, although you know, you may end up with something that is very very powerful, but you know, like I said, I mean, sometimes I just need a balance. So the one hairline of survival, and this is not really looking good. Yeah, sister, it's very hard. Sometimes the whole lag as well that go along with it. Right. And sometimes because Black Panther leaps around and it doesn't really face the same thing that I wish that it could. So very strange, very strange. Alright, right in front, didn't get it. Great. Right, leap as well. So yeah, okay, so that is on. So just to recap, the build philosophy I have in the 5 elements of Lay's build philosophy are has to be strong, has to be durable, has to be fun, has to be efficient, and the gearing must be kind of easy as well. So that is you know, all that I usually all that I usually do when I build a guide on any hero, really, most of them. But of course, there's always be exceptions. But I would see. I think this one I can't get out because of all these bones here. You know, I kind of like this design. It's sort of like there's so many obstacles around, and it's sort of like can't even really get out from it, and that's cool. All right, so now that sum up the bit on the build philosophy. I hope that is sort of like something that you could relate as well. All right, so just go back in again. All right. all right. How many stacks already? 75 stacks. That is remarkable. Yeah, my wife been like woofing all along. It's just too hard for her. Maybe she's out of practice. Oh, Thor, is it? Let me just get out. Come on, man. Let's get back in. All right. So we have about 1 minute or so. I hope we are fine. By the way, one of my friends' kid is playing as well, and I always think that Straightdope, his kid actually enjoy playing this game and enjoy grouping with all of us, and it's very fun. It kind of like from young should sort of like learn how to play multiplayer online MMO kind of thing, because that's cool. I really okay. Ultimate time. Okay, wow, I'm talking 91 stacks, 81 stacks. Wonderful. Yeah, go, ultimate. Okay, let me just focus a bit here, and my rotation need to be quite spot on. And all right. Oh man, this guy keep running around. Okay, 55 seconds, and not sure how good we are doing, and I don't know, man. We could win, we could lose either way. And what other thing I'd like to talk about? Let's talk about the next guy and so on. I think, ooh, yay, we got it. Good job.
Are you impressed, bastard?
Yeah, my friend is the kid is playing. It's wonderful. I always enjoy seeing all these young people. Another Raptor stone. It's like, what's up with this guy and his stone? Does he leg egg or what? Anyway, all right. So yeah, okay. So I think I just would like to wrap up this video really fast. The last bit that I really like to talk about is really what's my next guy and so on. So I'm very excited towards Kitty Pie. I'm very sure I'll do one on Black Panther once they sort of like get the unique out. I think they're running out of manpower or whatnot. It's taken so long for them to build a hero and to sort of like do all these things, and yeah, so that is a two guy I'm probably would like to focus upon. And any suggestion, please let me know. I'm thinking of Moon Knight, I'm thinking of Daredevil, I'm thinking of Cyclops, sorry. So yeah, let me know, and till the next time we see each other, goodbye, and have fun with Limbo. It is a lot more fun than last time. I think Gazillion really listened. Goodbye.